travel friends. Today we're going to talk about Athens and how you can do it in 2 days.
These are going to be the big things that we recommend doing to sort of make the most out of your trip if it's only 2 days. Day number 1.
Walking tour.
Right, especially in the morning, get a walking tour. We normally do the free ones. You follow a tour guide around, and then at the end of the tour, you're expected to donate what you think the tour is worth. So you can do the free one, or you can schedule one. But I think starting off with a walking tour gives you a really good sense of the city and also what you want to do for the rest of your trip. All right, so you guys are done with the walking tour in the morning. After that, we really recommend following it up with
lunch, but then the ancient agora.
I actually thought that the ancient agora was one of the most surprising things that we did in Athens. I think that initially we thought that we were going to skip it in lieu of other things, because you really don't hear about people like, oh, go to Athens, you must check out the ancient agora, right? That's not really something you hear, but it was actually really, really enjoyable.
So I think what was really cool was there was a museum. In the museum, it had a lot of ancient artifacts. It had one of like the OG voting systems, which was really, really cool in there. It had coins, busts, all of that jazz. And then what's really cool is you kind of do a little bit of a hike up a hill to the temple of Hephaestus. I might be saying that wrong.
Hephaestus?
Hephaestus?
Sure.
An ancient temple that you should check out.
Yeah, I think the temple you do see a lot of pictures of, and it's in the ancient agora. For those of you guys who don't know, the agora basically means like a marketplace, right? It's kind of where they gathered and sold stuff, talked about stuff, met up with people.
We saw a private tour guide in there, but we went the budget-friendly route, and we actually downloaded Rick Steves' guide. Yeah. And so as we were walking, we just listened in our headphones, and he kind of really told us about everything and the history of it, which was really, really interesting.
So Rick Steves has an app that you can download, and then you can also download individual talks on whatever podcast.
Yeah, almost like a podcast style.
Whatever podcast app you guys use. I thought that was really, really enjoyable. Plan for like an hour, 2 hours, going around there.
Yeah, at least 2.
Yeah, and then after that, you're sort of like right in the middle of Monastiraki. Monastiraki is sort of like the main shopping, eating area. You'll see lots of just a lot of shops, cafes, lots of tourists walking around. You can check out that area right after, and I think that's a pretty good
It's
day.
a solid first day, and then go find a really great place to eat dinner or grab a rooftop drink and watch the sunset.
Right. Okay.
On the Acropolis.
Yeah. All right. So day 2. Day 2, we recommend starting your day off early and strong with the Acropolis and the Parthenon. The Acropolis, guys. The Acropolis is actually the hill that you see in the pictures, and the Parthenon is that building that you see on top. Yeah, the temple that you're seeing on top. Really impressive. I think it would be hard to say that you did Athens without doing...
You didn't do Athens if you didn't do the Acropolis.
Without doing the Acropolis and the Parthenon. Really, really impressive, guys. Yes, it is touristy. Lots of tourists go there, but they go there for a good reason. It's really, really impressive. We would recommend going early because it gets crowded, and if you're going during peak season, it does get really, really hot.
Really hot. So earlier the better, as always. SPF, bring some water. The benefit is after you're done with the Acropolis, which I think we ended up, it was probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Once we did the whole thing, you can just maybe take a break, grab a bite to eat, grab a coffee, but we highly recommend then going to the museum.
Right,
so you can then cool off in the museum. And
the Acropolis Museum.
The Acropolis Museum, yes. Not only do you just get to see a ton of artifacts, but there is a video when you're in the Acropolis Museum, and it really talks about the history of the Acropolis, from building the Parthenon to the accidental destruction during the wars, and how they've been working to restore it. Yeah, right. So that's another cool thing to add on to your knowledge.
Yeah, and not only is the Acropolis Museum sort of right next to the Acropolis, so very, very easy to transition there. But also, if you're going to the Acropolis in the morning, by the time you're done, it's around noontime. It's really, really hot. The Acropolis will give you a place to kind of cool off. Also, it's very new. It's a very new museum, and I would say it's like very comfortable, good good air conditioning.
Yeah, great air conditioning.
And just a very, very nice transition from the Acropolis and the Parthenon for you to go to next, and you'll also learn a little bit more about the Parthenon and the Acropolis in the museum.
So after you've cooled off in the museum, either grab a bite to eat, but I think we would recommend just exploring. So you've done the walking tour, so you might know there's a couple areas you want to hit.
The two neighborhoods that we would recommend exploring as you're rounding out or winding down your second day is Plaka, and the other one is Siri. Plaka is probably the more well-known and picturesque.
Super cute.
Yeah.
Super cute.
Super cute area. This is the one, if you look up on Instagram, like lots of stairs, flowers, super cute way to spend your evening and get a bite to eat. Mm-hmm. Just know that because this place is more well-known and more cutesy, the prices are a little bit higher than some other areas and neighborhoods in Athens, but you're paying for the view, and you're not.
And live music.
Right. Live music on certain days at night though.
At night.
The other neighborhood that we would recommend besides Plaka is Siri. And Siri is actually where we stayed. I would say that this is a more grungy neighborhood. It is more hipster. Yeah. Lots more graffiti, but also like a lot nightlife. A lot of cafes. It's hip.
A lot more tavernas over there than restaurants, we would say, but it was lively when we would go home to go to bed, and then when we left early, I think we left at like 4 in the morning, 4:30, there were still people out there from the night before, so that part's pretty great.
Right, lots of young people enjoying their youth.
Yeah.
and enjoying Athens. So I think that's it. I think those are our recommendations, guys, for a really solid, immersive 2 days in Athens. What do you guys think? If you guys have other recommendations or suggestions, definitely leave a comment below. Like and subscribe if you like us and want to subscribe to us.
We're great.
All right, I think that's it.
All right,
okay.
Bye everybody.